The Garden of Eden story is probably the most famous story in all of mankind, and it's also probably the most important story in the Bible because it's the origin of all relationships. There were four entities in the garden. There was God, there was the serpent, there was the man, and there was the woman. The reason the garden story is so incredibly important is that one, it's the seed of all human relationships. Every relationship we have today is, pardon the pun, but the fruit of what took place in the garden. So think of it like a seed, like the seed of a sequoia tree. A sequoia tree is the largest tree on Earth, and yet it starts off as a seed the size of a flake of oatmeal. The same thing with the human being. It starts off with a fertilized egg that is almost impossible for the eye to see, and yet imagine the incredible complexity of an adult human being. That's why the garden story is so important. We want to explore the genome of the garden story so we can live healthier, more fulfilling lives. The other thing is the important thing about the garden story is that it's a plumb line for all truth. It, when properly understood, explains more completely the nature of God before it gets convoluted with all the other Bible stories. If we understand the plumb line of God originally revealing himself, then we can understand his nature and we can cooperate with the love that he has for us. In the same way, when we understand the nature of the serpent, we can better combat the wiles of the wicked one. And then in the um, in the nature of the man and the woman, it gives a clear explanation of what the nature of the man was like before the fall, and it also gives an excellent picture of what the woman was like before the fall. And that's the ideal that we want to live in. And it also explains what their relationship was like. Wouldn't you want to have a plumb line of knowing this is what God wants for our relationships? So, in the knowing of that, what they were like before the fall, and then when we see the fall take place and the impact it has on both the man and the woman, we can find out uh, the devastating results that undermine every relationship we have. So, my heart in explaining the story isn't to give some intellectual insight and give you better doctrine and better theology. My goal is for us to live a better life with God and with one another. That's the journey we're going to be on. And I want to invite you to make comments below. Go ahead and ask the questions you want to ask. If you want to put situations that you're in, and I can give a biblical response based on our understanding of the garden story, I can give responses to those comments, and I will comment on your comments. And the other thing is, I want to offer a 50% discount on my counseling services, and I'll put a link below so you can make an appointment to talk to me if you have privacy concerns or situations that may need a deeper exploration, so we can come up with a more fulfilling solution than what you're living right now. So that's what this channel is all about. It's to be a benefit for us in our human relationships, our relationship with God, and our relationship with one another. So I hope you continue to listen. We are going to do a deep dive on the story of the garden, but I also want to incorporate your questions and your comments to be able to apply the garden story to our lives today. So with that said, look at the link below, make your comments, and then I will see you the next time. Until then, live life loved because you are.